Good morning. My name is Frederick Rose, and I am delighted to welcome you to our Sunday service. The Unitarian Universalist Church of Long Beach creates a welcoming and diverse community rooted in love, trust, and freedom. Our progressive Unitarian Universalist faith affirms that love is the power that liberates us and binds us together. And it is love that is at the center of our shared values. Greetings to those of you who are new or visiting our church this morning. We're so glad you're here. Please stop by the membership table after the service to fill out a Goldenrod newcomer form or scan the QR code on the order of service so we can follow up with you. And finally, welcome also to those of you who are joining us on YouTube or Zoom. For newcomers interested in exploring UUCLB, the membership committee invites you to attend the Starting Point workshop today at 11:30 in the lounge. Childcare is available. Now, please take a moment to silence your cell phones and electronic devices. After the service, if you're watching us on Zoom, please join our Zoom coffee hour where you can chat with others in the congregation. And now, let's take a moment to greet one another. That can go for a long time. I'm surprised that there's so many people here with the rain. I thought, oh no, everyone's going to be... Yeah, of course. All right. Now for some announcements. The first from Tracy.
All right, so first and most important, Mimi is buying new hats. Because I heard about the hats last week, so new hats are coming. All right, so I'm here to announce that the auction is now just 4 weeks away. I know, can you believe it? Anyways, so last week if you were here, you got a flyer. If you didn't get one, or you lost it, or you want the URLs, I have more out there. Stop by the table. We need volunteers. We need food, and we need things. There are currently 2 things in the auction. So come talk to me. I see some of you. You have your parties, your events, your things. Though I did hear that the church is getting a heat pump in here and that these air conditioners are going to be in the auction. So if you need an air conditioner, I don't know anything about it yet. Talk to Elmer, talk to Mimi. We'll figure it out. Anyways, come to the table afterwards. Let's definitely talk, and I'll see you guys in 4 weeks.
Happy holidays, everyone. My name is Carol. I'm a member of the Native Justice Team. I hope you all had a warm and meaningful holiday. Today, the Native Justice Team will be out at our coffee hour gathering letters to ask the California Native American Heritage Commission to reject proposed draft regulations that would cut out the Native American tribes, the Ahashiman and the Tongva, that aren't federally recognized from the State Commission's discussions and decisions about preservation of culturally significant lands. Our congregation adopted a resolution last year to stand in solidarity with the Native American community in their ongoing effort to reclaim their rights to Pavugna, and we'd like to follow up with personal letters from congregants. At coffee hour today, Sandy and I have ready-made letters to sign. You don't need to do anything. And with room to add your own comments if you want to. We would please love your support and please help those that we are supporting. So come and visit us, and thank you. Aho.
All right, not auction, but just wanted to let everybody know that last week was Joan Marshall's 90th birthday. And there will be cake after service.
If there are no other announcements, all right. The UUCLB Worship Committee collaborates with Reverend Lissa to create relevant, meaningful, and inspirational worship services. We are seeking your input to help us do that. If you have suggestions for our Sunday worship services, ideas for speakers or topics, or feedback on recent services, we want to hear from you. Please contact us at worship@uuclb.org or speak with one of our members, Lindsay Coda, Bill Sive, Pauline McMahon, Piba Nee, Vivian Howe, or myself. As our winter holiday season concludes, we want to thank you and your families for being part of our joyful celebrations and our meaningful traditions. This morning, as we mark the new year, we welcome the Reverend Sunshine Day to join us for a special service entitled The Power of Presence, How Conscious Living Transforms Life. Reverend Sunshine will also be sharing some of her sound bath meditation and healing practices with the congregation, which she has offered under the structure over the past year. Reverend Sunshine is an ordained minister with Centers for Spiritual Living, sober coach with 38 years of sobriety, '39's coming up soon, on the 10th. Sunshine creates a nurturing space for healing and transformation, helping participants reconnect with inner peace through the power of sound. Welcome, Sunshine. Now let us enter into our time of celebration by lighting our chalice, the symbol of the Unitarian Universalist faith. As we gather, we reflect on these words from the Reverend Kathleen McTeague, New Year's Day, from our hymnal, Singing the Living Tradition, number 544. The first day of January is another day dawning. The sun rises as the sun always rises, the earth moving in its rhythms, with or without our calendars to name a certain day as the day of new beginning, separating old from the new. So it is. Everything is the same, bound into its history as we ourselves are bound. Yet also we stand at a threshold. The new year, something truly new, still unformed, leaving a stunning power in our hands. What shall we do with this great gift of time this year? Let us begin by remembering that whatever justice, whatever peace, and wholeness might bloom in our world this year, we are the hearts and minds, the hands and feet, the embodiment of all the best visions of our people. The new year can be a new ground for the seeds of our dreams. Let us take the step forward together onto new ground, planting our dreams well, faithfully, and in joy. As we light our chalice, come let us worship together.
Good morning, Happy New Year. Please join me in rising in body or in spirit and singing hymn number 123, Spirit of Life. We'll sing the first time in English and the second time in Spanish.
Hello, beloveds. It's meditation time, and we're going to use sound to allow us to get and drop into that place where the Most High resides, and that is within. So I invite you now to assume the position. and so it is.
The work of this church could not be possible without the support of our members and friends. As our offering plates go by, we thank you for your generosity. Our morning offering will now be gratefully received.
Let's give the choir some more love. Yeah. I so appreciate the sounds that came from all those amazing voices. I'd like to just take a moment to arrive. To be here with you, to be present. As I do that, I can feel the jitters in my belly. I tend to think that's God shaking the truth out of me. Today I'm going to talk about the power of presence and how conscious living transforms life. And it's a mouthful. And before I dive deeply into that, I want to share with you that outside of the resume, outside of the bio of who I am, I'm someone who knows what it's like to be very busy. And for many of you, you're just coming off of that very busy time. I also know what it's like to be absent from my own life. I don't know if any of you have ever felt absent from your own life. I spent a lot of years doing what looked like living, but inside I felt disconnected, reactive, and if I'm going to be honest with you, which I am, I was exhausted by my own thoughts. I needed a vacation from my mind and from my thoughts. So secondly, I'm a person with long-term recovery, as you heard, 38 years so far, and what I've learned is that addiction is not the problem. Disconnection is the problem. And substances was simply how I survived not being present with myself. I feel super vulnerable right now. It's like, who did we ask to speak? Okay, the third thing that I want to share with you is that my life didn't change because I got smarter. My life didn't change because I got spiritual. And my life didn't change because I got more disciplined. My life actually started to change when I learned how to stay. How to stay with my feelings, how to stay present in my body, in my breath, and how to stay in the moment that I was actually in. That's when my life started to change. And this presence didn't just save my life once, but it saves me every day, every single day. And the fourth thing that I think is important to know about me is that I don't believe spirituality is meant to remove us from life. I trust that spirituality is meant to bring us back to ourselves, to awaken, to embody life in this human form, and to experience what I like to call freedom. And that's why I'm so committed today to talk about presence and to make that sort of a theme for myself for 2026. And if you want to tag along, great. And it's not as a concept, but it's actually as a way of living and a way of being. You know, with that, now that you know a little bit more about me, or a lot more, huh, Frederick? I want to ask you a question, and there's no need to answer out loud. It is something that I would invite you to reflect upon. When was the last time that you were fully here? Like fully present, without fixing, without planning, without performing, like fully present, not improving the moment, not judging it, just here. Just like here. I tend to think that being present for many of us is a luxury. I mean, in my work, I hear people say, you know, I'll relax when I'm done with my honey-do list or the things to do, or, you know, I'll get to that afterwards. or even once I figure life out. Have we figured it out yet? Yeah. And yet, in almost every spiritual tradition and every wisdom teaching, and most modern neuroscience agrees that our life only ever really happens when? Now, in this moment. In this moment. Not the last moment where I just said this moment, but like right now, and not the one just before that, and not the laugh before that, now. Right? Presence isn't about zoning out. Neither is spirituality. Neither is meditation, for that matter. A lot of times we get confused and we think that we're supposed to have no thought. But our time in meditation, our time in that particular spiritual practice is really bringing our attention to one thing and being super present. Being here now. It's being awake inside of your own life. Like being with yourself in your own life. In New Thought, which is where a lot of my training comes from, we say where attention goes, life flows. And in UU communities and congregations, we honor the dignity and the worth of every human being, of every person, which means, oh, by the way, that includes you right now. Not the future you, not who you're becoming or who you want to be, but who you are right now. Honoring that, being present for where we are in this moment. I know I've had aspirations. Oh, this is what I want to be and become, and I want to be that. And yet, as I'm lost in a future self or an idea of a future self, I forget that I get to honor and be present with who I am in this moment. See, presence is that meeting place between our inner awareness and our outer actions. Being aware as we navigate as this life. Now, most of us, I got to tell you, we don't lack wisdom. I believe it is right where we are. I think what we lack is being still long enough to hear it. And when we're not present, life becomes more reactive. Old stories start to run the show. Our brain starts making up things about why are they laughing over there? Did I say something funny? Like when we're not present and we're in our head, if you will, our brain is making up a lot of stuff. When we listen to that indwelling power and presence, that's why it's called a presence and never an absence. When we are in tune with that great I am that is exactly who we are, then we're being in the here and in the now. A lot of us have trained ourselves in spiritual ways, so we go on spiritual autopilot. Time for meditation. Time to make the donuts. But presence, it gives us an opportunity to interrupt that pattern. And I love that we're laughing, because though this could be taken as a really serious topic, the levity of it and just recognizing, oh, could have had a V8, right? Oh, look at me. being on autopilot again instead of being present, and just take it that lightly. That's really where the growth begins to happen for us. Because when we're present, I don't know if you notice, conversations soften. And when we're present, decisions become clearer. And when we're present, relationships feel more fulfilling. And even in the difficult moments that we may be facing, somehow or another, they seem to lose the power and the grip over us. Because when we're present, we're able to be clear. You see, we don't have to stop being human. We just have to stop being unconscious that we're having this human experience. It is said in A Course of Miracles, I believe it's in A Course of Miracles, that the angels want to incarnate just to be able to have all the feelings and experience of human form. And then here we are in human form trying to get all spiritual to escape it. It's kind of like people with straight hair want curly hair, and people with curly hair want straight hair. It's like, wait a minute. Let's just enjoy who we are and what we have and all of that. Why is it so challenging to be present? I tend to think that it's so challenging to be present because we've been socialized to be productive. I also want to say that just because we're present doesn't mean that the pain is removed. But what is removed as we're present is the suffering that comes when we resist being fully here with what is. So I'm going to ask you a few things, and you can just do a show of hands. I'm going to encourage you and invite you to be easy with yourself. I don't know if there's a thing of no self-judgment. Right? Sometimes we're the harshest, but this is an honest room, and many of us are really here to understand the deeper sense of who we are and to understand the power of transformation by simply being present. So here we go. How many of you have ever arrived somewhere and realized that you don't know and you don't remember actually how you got there? Yeah. Remember, no judgment. Okay. How many of you have ever picked up your phone to do something really quick and then you end up scrolling for more time than you wanted to, or you even forgot what you picked the phone up for in the first place? Okay. Again, no judgment. How many of you have ever sat down to rest and realized that your body was still tense? Like your body didn't get the memo. So for instance, right now, how many of you are wearing your shoulders as your earrings? You're still like that. I know. Long neck. Yeah, right. How many of you have ever had a whole conversation with someone you love and realized afterwards that part of you was already somewhere else, even though you were in that okay. Yeah. So if your hand went up, even just once, welcome. You're not broken. This is the human experience. And it's not that you lack caring. My coming into the room, I felt all the love and care, people introducing themselves to me, seeing people that I already know. This is already a caring community. So do not judge yourself harshly. It's not that you're not caring. This is exactly what an overstimulated, well-intentioned mind does. And when we're overstimulated, we're not necessarily being fully present. We don't leave the moments of being with one another because we don't value them. We often leave, like in that conversation with a loved one, we often leave because we're trying to manage and control our emotions, our body, our to-do list. So because we're trying to manage so much, our overstimulated mind, our well-intentioned self of being fully present right here, right now with you, oh my gosh, it's raining. I didn't bring my umbrella. What am I going to do? Oh, and I have to go to the grocery store. And while I'm having a conversation right here. Well-meaning, well-intentioned. And yet, this didn't happen because I was trying to be rude. You know, sometimes people tell me that when they're talking with me, they feel like they're the only person in the room. And that didn't happen because I'm special. It happened because I learned very intentionally how to stay and not leave. Who was that character? Exit, stage left, you know? Yeah. That's what our brain does when we're untrained, when we leave, when there's so much going on that prevents us from being fully present. You see, presence is not about a personality trait. It's a practice. And I'll tell you something, it's a spiritual practice. It's a spiritual practice, being present with each other. Now, I can be with you in your conversations when I first started learning how to stay. If you were talking about vacations and places to go, I was very present with you. Absolutely, I was there, engaged, right? You started talking about math or algebra, or you started talking about, engineering or politics, and it's like, I'm doing the polite thing. I'm nodding my head, yeah, right, But I was gone. I wasn't present. See, and the beautiful thing is once you become aware of when it is that you leave, now you have a place to return to, right? So here we are, aware, honest, with a starting point. And what a better way to live fully than to actually be here for the life that you're living. Isn't your life worth you being here for? Hello? Isn't your life worth you being present for? Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is what I'm talking about, because here's what it cost us. Most people don't suffer because life is hard. They suffer because they're not actually here for it. I don't know about you, but how long have you been coming to this community? And how well do people know you? Or how well do you know one another? This is a call, beloveds, a call for us to stop playing life and actually start living life and being fully present with each other. Being fully present in our own life. You see, we miss out on so much in a lot of subtle ways when we're present enough we're present enough to function, but we're not present enough to feel alive. I'm going to say that one more time. We're present enough to function, but we're not present enough to feel alive. And the price that we pay is this low-grade fever, if you will, of restlessness, this low-grade fever of resentments, this low-grade energetic, like, wow, on the outside my relationship looks great, but I'm so unfulfilled and not nourished. There's that low-grade fever, if you will, or that low-grade anxiety that says to you, joy is just outside of my reach. That's the price that we pay for not being fully present and not being here now. It's always out there somewhere. I'll be good. I'll be good. I promise I'll be good. I'll practice. I'll rehearse. I will do instead of being. We're not human doings. We are human beings. But we've been trained and socialized to produce, to perform, to behave, to comply. And in that, we've lost the opportunity because we've never been taught how to just simply be. Because if you be, you're lazy, unproductive, the finger wagging starts, what are you going to become? And many of us have probably, if we have children, because we were taught that way, we've probably taught others to do the same. And it's time for us to wake up. Wake up and recognize that being present is so much better than multitasking. Multitasking is not a skill. It's not a skill that we need when we're talking about living fully and transforming our own lives. See, nothing is wrong. And yet, there's a sense of there's something missing. You ever feel that? There's nothing wrong, but there's something missing. And you can't put your finger on it. And the something that's missing is you. The you that's awake inside of your own body. The you that can feel life as it's happening. Not later on, like after the football game, when they give you the blow by blow. No, as life is happening. The you that knows when to say yes. The you that knows when to say no. When to pause. And we learn how to adapt and how to cope. And one day we wake up and we realize that we've been living on the surface. And we've been calling it normal. So here's the truth that I want to share with you as I begin to wrap this up. Your joy is not missing. Your aliveness is not gone. Your wisdom has not abandoned you. It's simply waiting for your attention. And once you see that, and once that presence becomes something that you taste instead of just intellectually understand, it becomes hard to go back to sleep. Because you realize it isn't about self-improvement. It's about coming home to you. So here's a quick, simple practice that I'm inviting you to. If you're comfortable, take your left or your right hand and just simply place it on your chest, your heart. It can be one or both. And take a deep breath in and a longer exhale. And this isn't symbolic, it's actually biological. Because when we touch our bodies with intention, our vagus nerve and our nervous system gets the message, I'm safe enough to be here. And now simply notice this. Notice that your heart is beating without instruction. Notice that you're breathing without effort. And notice in this moment, right here, right now, that life is happening as you. And here's the ripple effect. When you are present for you, it changes and shifts your entire family. Communities soften. Conversations deepen. And oh, by the way, justice, which this movement is all about, it becomes more compassionate. And love, which this community is all about, it becomes more practical. So I leave you with this thought. If presence is a practice, and if conscious living is a skill, then it makes sense that sometimes we want support. Not because something's wrong with us, but because something is ready inside of us. And many people reach this moment where they say, I don't want a flashier life, I want a truer life. And if that's coming up for you, I want a truer life, then I want to encourage you and want to remind you that this is your life, your inner you, knocking at the door, wanting you, asking you, waiting for you to be present in your own life. Let's move into prayer. How grateful I am in this moment to simply know that everything is coming together for divine good. For there is a power, a presence, a life that has created everything out of itself. Therefore, my life is the unique, unrepeatable, magnificent way that Spirit shows up in human form. And as I know that this is my truth, I know that this is the truth for all. That everything was created from this great I am presence. Therefore, all of it is whole, perfect, and complete in this moment. So for this community, I'm simply knowing wholeness. I'm simply knowing the power of this presence. And that now, moving forward in each and every moment, with each and every breath, that conscious living is the order of the day. For this and so much more, I give thanks. I let it be so, and I simply now say, and so it is.
Thank you. That was so beautiful. Please rise one more time in body and spirit. We're going to sing meditation on breathing. There's more than one part. The choir is going to be singing all three, but the words to the main melody will be on the screen.
So an affirmation is, I am here now. Let's say that together. I am here now. May that carry you forth throughout 2026.
As we extinguish the chalice, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of love, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.